20 kids or so, about 20 kids to be part of this group called Hope Squad, in which you help young adolescents who may or may not have some inclination for suicide. And so Jack got picked to be on that. It was a very interesting event, a meeting, because they brought in it was sponsored by a foundation, and they brought in the father whose daughter committed suicide. She was just a rock star, he said, on scholarship at University of Michigan, all this sort of stuff. He's like, listen, I'm telling you, my daughter was a rock star, and we were a rock star family, and we never thought it was going to happen to us. So, interesting mental shift for me, coming from that event talking about suicide to now, trying to get serious about some business discussion here on the internet. So for that, I apologize for being late, but nevertheless, I am here. And I do believe that, that suicide piece was pretty fantastic, pretty unbelievable to be part of that this morning, or this afternoon, this evening, just now. By the way, it's called HopeSquad.com, HopeSquad.com. If anybody wants to learn more about it, go to it and learn more about Hope Squad. It seems like a very cool thing, and my middle son, Jack, is going to be part of it, and that's why I'm late. Again, welcome, everybody. I appreciate you. Always good to see Jesse and Matt and Kelly Cameron Cole, my man, Kelly Cameron Cole, who I haven't heard about or seen much about, but that's because I'm not scrolling my feed that much. You might be on Facebook. I just hope you and your brother are doing awesome, and your mama are doing awesome. I love you guys, man. You guys rock. Look, tonight, I entitled tonight about the finding a mentor and really ramping up your success. And so I really want to get into that. Dan Paulson, nice to see you, my friend. Freddie Ward, great to see you as well. Mike Ficara, awesome. And really, look, I want to break this myth that you have to find a mentor to be successful. It's so silly. Dude, you don't have to find a mentor to be successful. Like, I don't even know where that came from, that you had to have a mentor to be successful. I didn't have anybody, no mentor of any kind whatsoever. I didn't have it at home. I didn't have it from a father. I didn't have it from a coach. I didn't have it from an uncle. A friend's parent never took me under their wing and said, geez, Monero, you got some talent, man. You're going to be a good dude someday. By the way, I'm just transgressing here. Jimbo Carroll, did you lose your brother that way through suicide? That's amazing, man. It's powerful. That's really powerful. I saw it firsthand tonight, how a father lost his daughter, and he never expected it to happen. Okay, so Jimbo, I reach out to you, man. My condolences to you in that one. Let's keep rocking and rolling, because here's my message tonight about this mentor thing. I don't know where it came from. I don't know where it started, that you have to have a mentor. Now, I want you to stay with me for a minute, because I'm going to give you a caveat to that in just a second. I'm going to tweak that just a little bit. But nobody gave a shit about me when it came to getting going. Not one if someone was to say, who's your hero? The answer is nobody, right? Now, I do like how Warren Buffett says that. Warren Buffett says, tell me who your hero is, and I will tell you how your life will turn out. I do like that from Warren Buffett. But when I'm asked who is your hero, the answer is I can't think of anybody. That's why my number one core value in my life is to be a better father to my boys than my father was to me. I want to be their hero. I want them at age 49 to be asked the question, who is your hero? And I want all three of them to say, my dad. That's success. But let's get back to what I'm talking about as far as this mentor goes. Because you don't have to have a physical mentor. It is totally unnecessary, right? This stuff, show me your 5 friends and I'll show you your dude, I don't get that. I don't understand that. Dude, some of my best friends are fuck-ups. Always have been, right? They didn't get in my way of a success. Whether my friends were out partying and having good times and all that stuff, that didn't get in my way, man. My ambition wasn't squashed because my buddies were schleps. I don't even know where that comes from, but you do need to learn, and you do need to be taught, and you need to be coachable, and you do need to have accountability. But that doesn't have to come when you find a mentor. Hell, you ought to have all that shit long before you find a mentor, because when I tweak this in just a second, you're going to know what I'm saying. And you can also find mentors that are not physical. You can find mentors through books and through tapes and through now on videos. Dude, I had hundreds of tapes, all the greats, the Brian Tracy's, the Tom Hopkins. I probably bought 4 packages of Tony Robbins' Personal Power. Some of you may not even know what I'm talking about. I mean, Tony Robbins, who, you know, most people know now, dude, he did infomercials for all these years, and he sold a package called Personal Power. So, I mean, I was a freakazoid to take in that sort of information from people about, you know, if I don't have a physical mentor, how do I learn? How do I hold myself accountable? If I don't have someone helping me with it, where do I get it? Dude, you get it through tapes and through books. So while I completely disagree with this concept that you have to have a mentor, you do need to find sources of higher level information that you can take in and learn from. And I believe you can get it just as good in tapes and books and videos. And let me explain. I have had some scumbag influencers in my life that were looked at that time as mentors, and they didn't have my best interest in mind. Dude, all they wanted to do was keep my ass small, right? It's how I made the mistakes. One hand works the register. Well, guess what? I cut checks and issued payroll for 12 of my 23 years in business. Now, that meant every Friday I had to be in my office doing the payroll runs, printing the checks, loading them into QuickBooks, signing all the checks, and then manually handing them out to the office. Why? Because my mentor told me only one hand works the register. What the hell was that? So I just want to give you guys hope that if you're saying to yourself, man, nobody cares about me, I can't find this mentor, everyone's telling me I need a mentor, you don't need it. It's not true. You can go from bottom to middle. I'm not talking about classes here. I'm not talking about low class to middle class. I'm talking about busted ass broke, not sure where you're going to go. You can tap into your ambition, your unbridled ambition, as I talk about in my book. I talk about this concept of unbridled ambition in this book. You can tap into unbridled ambition without anybody giving a shit about you. In fact, I might even go so far as that's the way you tap into your unbridled ambition, is when you realize nobody gives a fuck about you. Nobody gives a flying fuck whether you're successful or you're a failure or non-existent in their life. And that, my friends, is how you tap into the fuel. That's how you fire up unbridled ambition. And you get yourself from the bottom and moving up the food chain into what I call accumulation mode. Now remember, I have 3 phases of wealth: broke, accumulation, and rich. Talk about them all in You Need More Money. If you're on these streams and you don't have this book, I cannot figure out why. It makes no sense to me why you wouldn't drop $15 to help yourself. And then you have to think about, how do I get to the next level? What I mean by that is, if you can get from broke, you got to do whatever it takes to get out of broke and into the second phase of wealth, which I refer to as accumulation. And to get from accumulation to rich, watch, here's how I tie it all back in. That's when you do need a mentor. That's when you really do need somebody that says, I'm worth $200 million and you're worth 5. And I'm going to help you get from 5 to 10 and 10 to 20 and 20 to 50. That's where the mentor comes in. That's an important element. And the challenge there, if you listen to what I was saying there, I didn't say if I have a $5 million net worth that I'm finding someone with a $10 million net worth. Dude, that guy ain't going to help you. You need to go from 5 million to 250 million. That's the mentor grab. And it's very difficult to find that movement when you're at the bottom, when you're just getting going, or when you're lost, or you're trying to figure it out. How do I get this thing spinning? Dude, sometimes you know what you need to do? You just need to sit in your wetness. You need to sit in your diaper for a little bit and then make it a little cold and stay away from the hot and just suffer for a little bit until you begin to get so sick and tired of being sick and tired that that unbridled ambition starts to creep back into your life and you can fire your own self up. If you're at the bottom, you're worth very little to a mentor, but you are worth everything to yourself. The time you spend in your own head figuring out your next move, how do you get to the next level? What else do I have to do? That is very valuable time. And that's where you should spend your time. You should not be spending your time saying, I got no business, I got no money, I'm not even sure what the hell I'm supposed to do with my life, but could you help me? No, dude, nobody's going to help you. You know who's going to help you? You at that stage. But where you do need the mentor is when you're ready to get from the last bit of accumulation mode, which in the book I reference around $5 million, when you're ready to get from a $5 million net worth to a $10 million net worth or above. That's where the mentor comes in, and that's when you're looking for people that have real money, 250 million, 500 million, $1 billion. To tell you the truth, it's actually the phase that I'm in right now, in which I'm looking for really the richest possible person I can get my hands on to teach me how to go from my level to the next level. And you know, my level in many people's eyes would definitely be considered rich, but I could easily coast. I just can't. I'd love to be able to just not go to the office and be able to just collect my checks and you know, not grind. I just can't do it, man. It's just not part of my DNA. It's just not part of my DNA. That's just the way it plays out. And I would challenge you for it not to be your part of your DNA too. Because the honest to God truth is, if you do coast so easily, the odds are you'll never have enough money anyway. Everybody I know busts their balls to go to the next level. Nobody rich that I know coasts. Now, they don't grind like we all used to. We don't grind with the same level of pressure, but nobody is just sitting back. Everybody's grinding, finding it, okay? So if you guys are interested in me giving you some steps on how you find a mentor, I am happy to tell you about that. I'm happy to help someone who has already tapped into their unbridled ambition. They're already starting to get some success, and you're ready to go to the next level. I'm very happy to help you with that. Just let me know in your comment section if you're interested in going through the steps. I've got 4 steps that I can help you with tonight. If that's of interest to you, just reach out and let me know. A couple of things important to you. I want, and I'm going to answer these questions too, guys. I just want to get a little housekeeping out. If anyone wants, I'm willing to do this. If anyone wants a test drive of Business Finishing School's online content, if you want access to the modules, I need you to send me an email to mmonero@cffnationwide.com, mmonero@cffnationwide.com, and I will give you 24-hour access to log in to Business Finishing School and test drive it. Take it for a spin if you want, because I think Business Finishing School, not totally in its current form, we'll make enhancements to it, we'll make it better over the years, in the future, maybe even the months, not the years. But I think it's the single greatest learning content for an entrepreneur on the planet. And I'd like to give you access to it, but you got to work for it. You got to send me an email and tell me that you would like to have access for 24 hours to Business Finishing School. And if you're interested in it, I'll give you that. And then we will follow up with you. Let's be straight. We will follow up with you to get you to give us your commentary or enroll into the program. We have two types of memberships. We have a $229 membership, and we have the full-blown package, one-time, $4,788. But if you're interested in it, you got to send me an email, and I will help you with that, okay? Let's move to some questions right now. Okay, I've got some people that say they want me to go through the checklist. I will go through the checklist. I want to hit some questions here. The official inspection firm says trying to hire people, but they get scared when they go to sign that, which he's referencing as a non-compete. Non-competes are not, in my opinion, I don't think they're great. I'm not interested in non-competes. What I'm interested in is confidentiality agreements in which a person is unable to steal their customers or the company information. That's what's interesting to me. If someone wants to leave your company, by the way, my company, Commercial Fleet, core value number 2 is called personal happiness. We are here because we want to be here. And I want to work with people who want to be at the organization. So I'm not interested in preventing them from making a living for their family through a non-compete. By the way, neither are the courts. The courts do not think favorably about documents that hurt a family. But what they will support is the person's inability to steal confidential information, such as clients and relationships and processes and all of that stuff. So to answer your question, we do put that in play at my office. It does not prevent the person from staying in the industry, even working for a competitor, but it absolutely prevents them from stealing customers. Okay, big difference. And so you need to sell it that way, my friend. If you've got people who don't want to sign a non-compete, I would challenge you about that in the first place. I mean, why don't they want to sign a non-compete? They might be looking to learn from you for 6 months and steal all your customers. So you need something to protect you in that regard, okay? I do have some people saying they would like the steps. So let me just go through the 4 steps I have about how you find a mentor. And I'm gonna just recap because I just want everybody to know this. And by the way, guys, just keep firing up the questions, the likes, the shares, all of it matters. I appreciate every last bit of it. But I really do think it's important to get this messaging out that you do not need a mentor, especially if you are in the early stages of getting going, getting the wheel of success going. What you really need is to spend a shitload of time deep into your thoughts, to tap into your unbridled ambition and figure out how on earth are you going to get your piece of the fucking American pie. That's the real question you need to be asking, because when you're early on in your career and you're looking for a mentor, you're really looking for a silver spoon. You're saying, I can't figure out success on my own. And that's a huge problem for you. The problem you have is that you haven't figured out your own version of your personal success. That's a huge mistake. You haven't spent enough time in the head getting through all that head cheese to figure out, how do I get my piece of the American pie? Because let me tell you something, you're going to get a lot more appointments with rich people when you're halfway to rich, okay? That's how it plays out. There is a personal element of unbridled ambition that you just have to pay the freaking price for. So stop looking for it from a bunch of other people and dig deep. You go to tapes, go to videos, go to podcasts, go to books, choose carefully, and figure it out on your own, dude. That's the greatest gift you can give yourself, and no mentor is going to give that to you. It's one of the things I'm absolutely the most proud about, is that I figured out my own version of success. I was able to do it with other people in my organization. I was able to share that foundational roadmap to success, and now we're helping a bunch of other people do it as well, all right? But you got to figure it out. You got to figure it out. All right. My email address is mmonero@cffnationwide.com. mmonero@cffnationwide.com. So let's get through it. I got 4 quick steps for you. Since you guys have asked for it, I'm happy to give it to you. Brandon, thanks for putting my email in there. You're absolutely right. The first step, you got to be real, dude. The players see the bullshit coming from a mile away. If you're looking for a mentor, if you're looking for someone who's wealthier than you, if you're looking for someone who's more successful than you, if you're looking for them to help you, you better come clean, man. The best thing you could do is bring a guy your freaking tax returns. That's the ultimate level of transparency. Here's how much I made last year. What can you do to help me? But the players, the people that you want to help you, see your bullshit coming a million miles before even you see your bullshit coming. And take it from me, man. The first 10 years of my career, I was nothing but full of shit. Just having to make people think that I was doing better than I was. And it was a huge mistake. I should have just rolled over and said, dude, I can't figure out how to make this damn business work. I can't figure out what I'm doing wrong. Could you help me with it? I mean, like, here's my money. For the first year I was in business, the whole company made $46,000. $46,000 the whole first year, the first solid 12 months of our business, man. So that's number 1. Number 2, be crystal clear with your intention. Do not take the backdoor approach. I've had it happen to me multiple times where the guy looks for the help and then pulls the backdoor bullshit and tries to sell me something. Do not play that card. It will shut you down so fast, especially with the one opportunity of someone that you actually might be able to get real help and real advice from. So be intentional. Number 3, be prepared when you meet with them. Dude, you may only get 1 hour a quarter with these guys. If you're with me and I ask you, what are the questions you have for me? And the answer is, I don't have any questions. Dude, I just asked for the check. And I'm happy to pay the bill, and I'm freaking out of there. Dude, it's my time to help you. It's not my time to figure out what you need help with. That's your job when you're with the mentor. And the last thing is, try your best, and I know this is difficult, but try your best to bring value. What do you guys have in common? What do you guys work out? Do you play tennis? Do you play golf? Does the guy like cigars? Is he a family man or is she a family woman? What can you do to find some thread outside of you taking from them? And I'll give you the final version on that. One of the greatest things you can do is to tell them what they don't want to hear, because a lot of highly successful people, unfortunately, have surrounded themselves with people who tell them only what they want to hear. And I have that situation with a wealthy person that I know, and I think what he likes about me is that I call his bullshit all the time, right? And I don't work for his ass. I don't need his paycheck. But I think he likes the fact that I'll just cry bullshit on that one and say, man, that one doesn't sound right to me. I don't get that. Tell me why you're doing that. So those are some of the quick 4 steps on it. I want to recap tonight, and I'd like you guys to give me your commentary on it. Ronald Smith says he's reading my book. I love that. I want you to hear me on this. You do not need a mentor. It is, I don't know where it started on social media. I don't know who came up with this idea of you need a mentor, this bullshit that says, show me the 5 people you hang out with and I'll show you what your life looks like. Dude, I hung out with fucking losers and I did just frickin' fine. So stop buying into that bullshit on your Facebook feed that you need mentors. You know what you need? You need yourself to get deep into your head, to work through that head cheese and figure out how do you tap into your unbridled ambition. That's what you need. And you will not find it looking for mentors. The mentor ain't going to help you. You're going to help you. That's how it starts, guys. I'm telling you, I like information. I like being coachable. I like accountability. I like being teachable. But at the end of the day, you've got to absorb that stuff on your own and figure out how do you put the action plan in place to turn it into tokens, cash, success. The mentor isn't going to do that. There are so many broke motherfuckers looking for their mentor. I won't be successful until I move up the food chain and get a mentor. Dude, that's why you can't move up the food chain, because you ain't successful. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Once you get out of broke and you move into accumulation and you're ready to go from accumulation into rich, these are the 3 phases of wealth I talk about in my book, then you need a mentor. You need a mentor to take you from X number of millions to X number of tens of millions or more. But you don't need no mentor to take you from, gosh, I need my paycheck this week, to I got 6 months worth of savings. You ain't ready for a mentor, dude. You need hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars stacked and racked, a machine that spits out tokens, all from your own efforts or from that of your team or your partners. But you got to figure out your own version of unbridled success before you're going to be valuable for a real mentor who's going to give a shit about you and take you to the next level. That's just the way it plays out, man. That's just the way it plays out. I love y'all. I hope you appreciate it. Judge Graham, welcome aboard. My friend Coach Burgess jumped in. Jimbo says it's an effing great live. Thank you, buddy. Mike Ficara said that. I love that. Freddie Ward, you're all over it, buddy. That's awesome. Moving over here onto Instagram real quick. Chris Clan, screw waiting for the perfect mentor. I agree with you, dude. Everyone's waiting on this mentor game. I don't know where this line of thinking came from. I mean, no one ever told me, boy, the reason you're not having success in your business is because you don't have a mentor. I was like, fuck, I never had a mentor. Dude, this is my gig. I got to get my piece of the pie, right? So I appreciate you guys. I hope it was enjoyable. Again, you guys know the deal. If you want my email, if you want that test drive, you can shoot me that email. And also, if you have not looked into coming to my event, the Business Finishing School Growth Summit, bfssummit.com, you damn straight should. You can go, the MATT 400 discount code is gone. You can use MATT, M-A-T-T 100 and get the discount. It'll cost you $500 and something to come to the event. It's in Dallas, February 22, 23, and 24. You absolutely should be there. I couldn't understand why you wouldn't come to this event to hear me, my partner Rick Sapio, Tim Story, Elena Cardone, Rand Stagen. You guys want to know who Rand Stagen is, trust me. My buddy Hoss Pratt, Dr. Ivan Meisner, my buddy Jim Shields. You want to hear my buddy Jim Shields. He's awesome. And that's the finisher. Instagram says, iTrueKen says, do I use a CRM? Yes, I have a custom built CRM. We built it specifically to my company and my business. We've had that in place for roughly 9 years. And it does everything that we need to do. It certainly has some shortcomings in it. It's, as all CRMs, it's a garbage in, garbage out system, right? If we don't put the information in, we don't have the ability to analyze it and do it. But in general, it works very well for us. And we've codenamed it Golden Gate, right? It's the entryway to money in my office. The person who maximizes the CRM in my office, it's more than a CRM, it does more than that. But the person who uses the CRM element in my office is the person who makes the most money. So iTrueKen says he needs a good CRM. Just go to salesforce.com if you want. I don't think it's the greatest, but everybody uses it. So go to CRM, makes hiring people easier because most people probably have used salesforce.com. In my office, we have to train you on it. But that's what we have CFF University for, where we train you on it. But Brandon, I'm excited to see you at Business Finishing School. Thanks for saying. Blake says he's coming. That's awesome. Jimbo says he'll be at our event in September. That's killer. Ron Smith, can't wait to see you there. Tommy, thanks for joining right now. I appreciate all you guys, and I'll see you tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. The only thing I do have is a meeting with my youngest son, but I think it starts at 6, so I'll be back by 8. We'll be out here in the outdoor kitchen. I'm going to fire up the fire tomorrow night, and we'll smoke cigars, and we'll talk about how do we get our piece of the American pie. I'll see you guys mañana. Bye.